one general manager asked me in the hallway at the oil sands plant, he said, we had a really hard thing to measure that he said, Ian, when we're walking up the stairs, can you measure this? I said, yes. And he said, great. I said, but you forgot the other two questions. How much and when? So it's, you can do anything. It's just a matter of time and money. System modernization. So there are lots of old control systems out there that are needing replacement. Just like now that control systems, as we'll talk about, are using more and more off-the-shelf technology or the same technology as our desktop, then that refresh cycle also tends to be shorter. So that's gives us more work. Well, more and more though, we're starting to see where they're concerned about status. So they're starting to be worried about health.
Okay.
But not very many people have yet figured out how to
integrate diagnostics
integrate it into their system. Yeah.
Who's pushing for this? The instrumentation people, so the builders or the manufacturers of the sensors, or the plant?
No, I think end users. It's companies like Shell, companies like ExxonMobil, with their open automation stuff. They're realizing that by using the status, you don't want to be running a process plant off a signal that's not valid. So that's why they want, as a minimum, that status information.
Okay, so by status you mean not only the health of the sensor, but as well the quality of the sensing measurement.
Right. The status would affect how well you control, because you'll only if you have a bad input, then how can you're getting garbage in, garbage out. So if you have a bad signal in, you're not going to be able to effectively control your output because you don't have an input to control it.
When an end user starts designing the feed network, how many times they call the experts at that point?
Well, fortunately, most EPCs would know it. Plus, a lot of times companies now are bringing in they're deciding right at the very beginning who they're going to use for their control system. So they use something called a MAC, main automation contractor, and then that person, who is typically the DCS supplier, is responsible for all the network and the DCS and everything. So they're aware of it from that stage of the project. Study done by IBM back in the 80s, and then they still do it, and it's still, every time you make a decision at different phases of engineering that you get it and you need to recycle and do over, it's an order of magnitude. So when you do it at the basic design where you're doing the concept, and then you get to the feed, and then from the front end design, then you get to the basic design, and then you get to the construction design, and then you get to the field. So each of those times, if you go make a mistake, is 10 times more, each time you go up to replace it. So a $1 decision at the front end, if you change it towards the back end, is $1,000 to fix it.